Hello and welcome to Larry's Topics. Uh, I did a video a while back. Had a few views, but I wasn't in the sound state of mind to do the video, as it were. I had other stuff on my mind and I wasn't feeling the greatest, as you probably seen in the video. But I'm going to redo it. Alright, I haven't watched the series The Boys, but I've done quite a bit of research on The Boys. It's a good show from what I gather, according to the comics, and from bits and pieces I've seen, it looked pretty good. People have brought up the scenario of, what if Superman fought Homelander? And I was thinking, okay, how would you even come about this? And, you think, well, Homelander's like the boys' version of Superman. But there's some key things you need to take into mind for this, and that's Homelander is human. Okay? He was injected with, I can't remember the name of the chemical serum or whatever you want to call it. He'd been injected with it since pretty much birth. I think even as an embryo, he's had this stuff put into him, right? Okay, automatically there's a big gain for him. There's talks where he hugged I think it was his stepmother or his mother, and as a boy, and he crushed her in his arms, and this and that. Okay, think about it. Homelander, of course, I'm just throwing it out there, he's human, but he's amplified insanely from what I gather. He's super strong, super fast, he can fly, he's pretty much invulnerable, right? He's punched through guys' chests. He has heat vision. I don't think he has super hearing. If I remember correctly, I don't remember them mentioning super hearing. And I don't think he has... I'll have to look into it more, but he's pretty close to Superman, is what they're saying. Well, then you stop thinking about it. Superman, he's an alien. He hails from the planet Krypton, where the terrain in that was so bad that life that developed there, for the most part, physically, not including the effects of the sun and that, but just how dangerous the world was for life to develop on it, your species would physically have to be like really tough. I mean, really tough. I mean, come on. I seen drawings of it and that, from the scientists that made Doomsday, and this was before people, and the planet looked like a nightmare. You got all kinds of crap going on around that planet, and then you got life forms developing there. So, the person would physically their skin would have to be tougher, their muscles would have to be tougher, more resilient to the environment. And then you throw in the fact that, depending on the artist and story writer that does it, Krypton's sun is red. That's like the key thing. It's red. it's towards the end of its life cycle, basically. All Kryptonians on that planet cells to get the same amount of vitamins and nutrients from the environment and the sun that we get had to fight a lot. They had to work extra hard, you know. And like I said, dependent, you know, you got that it's a red sun, but then there's stories that it was a red giant on the verge of exploding. And then you have stories where it's a red dwarf on the verge of imploding and possibly they're becoming a black hole or a white dwarf or restarting into a whole new sun. All right. So you gotta stop thinking about it. It's on the verge of dying, either way, exploding or imploding. If I remember correctly, a red dwarf's gravitational pull is greater than a red sun's, even though how massive it is, or a red giant is, even though how massive it is. It's because it's collapsing in on itself. Right there, you know, you got to include the fact you got life forms that resemble human quite a bit, you know, and they had to adjust, you know, and adjust and become stronger and stronger and stronger to the gravitational pull of that sun, you know. So the planets, you know, already got, and there's talks that the planet was the size of, is it Jupiter? You know, massive. Okay. So you got even more gravity there. You know, you got the gravity of the sun, you know, slowly pulling the planet in. And then you know, it's going to affect the gravitational pull on the planet. So everything human on our planet's going to like go to that planet, you're going to turn into a puddle. That's pretty much it. You can't walk on the planet, you can't talk on the planet. The minute you step foot, you're done. That's the problem with, I'll get into that later. All right. Then you take in, you got, you got all that aspects, and then you take a being from that planet and bring it to a planet where, you know, the cells don't have to work so hard to absorb energy, so but they're designed to, so they're gonna absorb like crazy, like really, really crazy. Beyond science, or because science pointed out the fact that in order to get that much abilities from our sun that Superman gets, you'd need more skin for it. And it's like, no, you're putting the context to a human life form, not a life form that cells had to fight to get the nutrients that it needs to even equal out to what we get from our sun. So, and those cells, they're not going to, oh, we're full, that's it. No, they're going to store it. And they're going to keep absorbing and keep absorbing. Right? Homelander, it was brought up in the series of The Boys when they did their explanation for 9/11. Literally, their version of Wonder Woman tells them, can't you land a plane? And he's like, how? What do you want me to do? I have nothing to stand on to catch it. Right there. He has to be on a flat, hard surface to stop a plane. Superman don't. Superman can catch a plane in the air using his own natural abilities of flight. Not only catch the plane, but slow it down and eventually gently land it on the ground. Homelander can't do that. There's more stuff Superman can do. Homelander's abilities are limited. They're probably like right up there, probably like, maybe 3/4 of the way to Superman's. But then they hit the plateau. And he's done. The ceiling of their abilities. Superman's abilities, yes, he's OP, and he's not supposed to be relatable, and that's where people pull so much wrong from him. He's a symbol. He's something to, as Russell Crowe says in Man of Steel, you are an object to guide people, for humanity to strive towards. You're a symbol. You're a beacon. You're hope. A hope to dream of being better than you are. The hope to make people better than they are. People will stumble, they will falter, they will fall, but eventually they will join you in the sun. Enough of that, but I'm just trying to get a point across. Superman can bench press the weight of the Earth. He did it in 52, just to give us an idea of how strong he is. And yes, you can say, oh, but that was 52 Superman, blah, blah, blah. It's still the key basin. It's Superman. Superman can bench press the weight of this Earth. And even though it was 52 Superman, he says, is that it? I could do more weight. And the computer says, you're at the maximum of the machinery. We can't produce any more weight. You're at the maximum. And he's like, okay. And so for 5 days, he bench pressed the weight of the sun, or the Earth. That's pretty impressive. And you go to Golden Age, he's not as powerful, right? But then you jump to Silver Age, and he's super OP. He's pulling planets. He's moving whole solar systems. He's sneezes a galaxy. He sneezes and blows away a whole galaxy. Yes, that is super OP. That's ridiculous. But Superman's OP. So yeah, even with modern Superman, so many people always try to cap him off. And that's wrong. I'm not saying give him rebuild vision like he has in Quest for Peace, where he just looks at the Great Wall and rebuilds it. No. That's just stupid. But Superman is supposed to be OP. He says in an animated series that he tells Doomsday about Batman. That man won't stop fighting till every last breath of his body's gone. Pretty much till he's dead. That's how you'll stop Batman. You have to kill him. He's like, me, on the other hand, I have a different problem. I feel like I live in a world made of cardboard. Always being careful not to break something, to break someone. I'm sorry, if you're living in a world of steel and that, and it just feels like cardboard and aluminum foil, yep, pretty OP. I'm sure if Superman and Homelander were to get into it, I guarantee you Superman would own Homelander. Yeah, Homelander would probably get a few good punches in, probably make Superman spill a few drops of blood, maybe give him a few black eyes and that. But in the long shot, Superman, because he has eidetic memory and is basically the fundamental of a living supercomputer. He is, it says, he's a living super. That's how smart he is. He in less than 4 minutes he's read enough medical books that he can literally pass and become a doctor. And even he does it in a Justice League book. He would strategize and outthink Homelander. He would probably defeat him without even really trying if he puts his intelligence to good use and just outthinks him. Why is he always... You'd probably ask why Superman always turned to Batman for questions and that. Because it's teamwork. What would be the point of the rest of the team if he had the answers? Exactly. He has them, but he wants to see if someone has alternatives. This has been Larry's Topics. Thank you. Have a good day and stay well. God bless.